Everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley, and we're in our new office in Audubon, New Jersey. It's July 5th. I got special guests here from Manhattan, Kansas. We got the Dick Edwards Auto Group. We got Steve, the general manager. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, and we got JR, which is the new internet director. And before we go there, give me this camera. Watch this. You see this handsome guy right there? Who's on covers of magazines? Is that Billy Finicaro? Hold up. There he is.
They found me.
All right, now we're gonna make this cool. This is our private office. Me and Karen's, husband and wife, Dealer Synergy office here, and in our personal office. What I want to do is I want to start with a couple of my employees. Amanda. Yep. Amanda's job at Dealer Synergy, she does a lot of the social media, a lot of the reputation and digital marketing. She's been with me over 5 years. I'd like you just to kind of go over, and this is for them, what are the things that drive us crazy that we see that dealers do over and over again that contributes to the delinquency or the degradation of their, let's start with what you feel.
Okay. Most importantly is having a consistent process for your social media and your reputation management. Even if you do have a third party working on these things on your behalf, you still need to go ahead and have a process in your store to get reviews and to create things within your store that will encourage your customers to go onto your social media and interact with you.
So, for example, we're going to be working with your guys' social media and reputation management, okay? But, Amanda, be specific. What can they do to turn around and contribute to the synergistic success of their initiative?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, there's things like putting up signage in the store, creating small, simple check-in deals. It doesn't have to be anything crazy like giving away an iPad. It can be, you check in and you're entered to win 15% off a service appointment.
Do you guys understand what she means like that? Like, again, I posted this, and Billy, I've talked about this for Peruzzi too. I go to diners, and on the glass walls, I don't have any in my office, obviously, but on the glass walls, it says check in for Facebook specials, do this and do that. I mean, so that's a great idea, and having signage, online. And I just saw something the other day that if you like us on Facebook, you get, if you've liked us on Facebook, you get specific discounts. You know how back in the day in the service department, especially when you have rewards programs, like Scott used to say too, you have two prices. One would be, like, let's say all change is $24.95, but then your silver, if you're up silver or gold, it's only $19.95. Well, you could have dual pricing, and people are like, well, how come I don't have the low pricing? Well, are you part of our social media program? Are you part of our value partner program? So again, you can't just mention it to them. Hey, maybe you should check us out on Facebook. You've got to sell the reasons why. All right, so that's incentives and I don't know, reasons. What else would you say that they should contribute as far as actual content? Since we're going to be doing the Facebook, the Twitter, the blogs, etc., what should they be doing?
What we need is user-generated content. Most of the content that's popular on the internet in social media are things, like if you're watching YouTube videos, it's of cats and dogs and people doing silly things. People like to know that everybody at your store is a human, and they want to kind of get to know people, and while you're doing that, you can give them a reason to come into your store if they haven't already.
Okay. So now, Bill, what type of stuff do you do? I know you have a company you use for social media, but what type of programs do you do, contests? What do you do that's kind of been getting some traction, if anything, on your social media?
Well, what I've been doing recently is I've been really concentrating on our online reputation.
Okay.
So basically what I do is each month I forward a sales list and a service list to this company. And what they do is they send out a survey, and their survey is a 1 to 5 star answer, and they take all the 4 and 5 star answers, reviews, and then what they do is they send them another survey out with a link to Google and to Yelp, and they ask them to post it. And if they post it, they come in and get a $10 Wawa card. And that's been working pretty well for us.
Yeah.
Getting rid of some of the bad reviews, yeah.
Okay.
But they post every day. To 16, I think it's 16 social sites every day. Anything we have going on in the store, we're trying not to really sell cars off of it because I think that turns people off, obviously.
Repeat that again, because that's a big thing.
We're trying not to sell cars off it because it turns people off. That heavy sales stuff turns people off, but there's things that I think relative content that people want to read about, not like recipes and all that crap, but stuff that's going on with Toyota, some of the fast facts that we get from Toyota every day, we post those. And then anything we're doing in community events, because we do a lot of sponsorships and so forth. We're a big sponsor for American Cancer Society for the Relay for Life and stuff like that. So
let's talk about that, because that's something, you guys are a big pillar of the community. Being able to post that humanistic side of your dealership, that you're not just there, taking money, that you do a lot. I mean, do you remember when the whole economic collapse was happening in the automotive industry? I remember, and they were just consolidating stores, like, shutting them down, like, Chrysler and GM points. And one of the big things came out is that people never realized, they always MF dealers, you know what I mean? But that dealers support the local community, the little leagues, the charities, the this, the that, etc. Now, I do know that certain dealers don't feel comfortable. They don't want to feel like they're saying, look at me, I'm doing great things, but it's not about that. Now, Bill, in your opinion, there's a way to do it tastefully? Because I know for myself, I'm a business owner, as everybody knows, and I'm busy as hell. I'm on an airplane once a week, so I don't have a time to save the world and do a lot of stuff, but I honestly feel that if I am going to do business with a company and they're actually doing something magnanimous, something altruistic, that I feel good. That's part of my decision-making process, honestly, to do business with them, because they're doing something good with it. Would you feel that's a fair assessment?
no, it definitely is, because people want to see. I really think they want to see the human side of businesses, especially car dealerships. We'll do any of our posts. Or some of our posts will actually have a link to our website. So, if people want to come on, they can. If not, that's fine also. We'll put some specials up there every once in a while. Do like a weekend special. Any special cars that we get, we'll post up. And we won't say, a special of, $19,995, but we'll say this is our weekend special with a link that they can actually get into our website if they want to dig more into the car. Like we have a Prowler on the lot right now, Camaro convertible, stuff like that we'll put up just to get their attention. But we try not to really sell cars. We try not to push that heavy sales.
What they say, and Stan is actually, he has his own company, you know what I mean? So Stan used to work for Dealer Synergy before. Now he went on to do his own consulting and training, and his passion has been social media. So Stan, I would like you to chime in. What do you think is really beneficial for both Peruzzi and for Dick Edwards Group? What would you say that dealers need to really focus on as relates to social media?
Content. It's all about content, and it's all about unique content. I see social media expert dealers out there that have 30, 40, 50,000 followers, and they claim that they sell 20 cars a month, 30 cars a month, just using Facebook and Twitter. And what's interesting is I'm looking at their posts, and they're posting the most random stuff out there, funny stuff, nothing that has to do with the car dealership whatsoever.
Just like what Billy was saying.
Exactly. And
right.
All they do is just by retweeting constantly and adding more content, they just keep getting 30, 40,000 followers.
Okay, so from my expertise and from the research that we have at Dealer Synergy, it's like the 80-20 rule. Basically, that means like 80% of the content should not be, selling or promotional at all. Only 20% sprinkled in over there should be. So would it be safe to say that, a couple of good best practices for social media is, especially as you get friends and followers, pay attention to what's on there? You know what I mean? So like what our social media analysts do is we want to make sure that if we notice that it's somebody's birthday, their anniversary, that we should be posting happy anniversary, happy birthday. You can turn around and which is cool. Some of our clients, Billy, is that we know somebody's birthday, like it might be the whole crew, like the dealership will get everybody and actually take 2 seconds on an iPhone camera like this and sing them happy birthday. So let's say, happy birthday to you, and Billy, happy birthday. And then you put a video on there from the dealership. Who does that? That type of stuff is really cool and really personal. Or can you imagine this? If somebody in your town, especially if there's a client, and this is just a recommendation, if you've got a client that's sick that posts, I feel like crap, can you imagine sending them a free e-card? And just send them an e-card and on Facebook, saying, I hope you feel better. Boom. Do you see what I'm saying? That's powerful ways, in my opinion, to engage with them on a social aspect of things. And you're right, retweeting, reposting. Think about this. Social media, and my wife likes to say, can you do the emotional bank account? Can you explain that? Explain what the emotional bank account is from Franklin Covey.
Okay, so basically there is a level of trust that exists within any relationship that you have. So I guess since we're talking about prospects or potential customers and the dealership, basically you don't want to just drain their account by constantly trying to sell them something. You want to try and give back. So by sending them an e-card or, posting something that you think that they might like, you're making a deposit instead of a withdrawal. Because if you constantly withdraw from a bank account, you're just going to go broke.
Yeah, and to spin on it though, and Kara, one of the ways to say this is, how are you going to go into a bank and take out, $20,000 without depositing $20,000 cash in a federal case, right? And that's what you need to do. Who's going to want to retweet you? Who's going to want to message you? Who's going to want to respond to you if you don't ever retweet them, message them, talk about them or what have you? Does that make sense? So that's something that, social media needs to be social. So for you guys at Dick Edwards, Dealer Synergy, we have full-time out there, analysts that's all they're going to do. And every day they're going to post stuff. The stuff that we post is local. You know what I mean? So we're going to go to the Manhattan. What's the Manhattan?
Manhattan Mercury.
What?
The newspaper?
Yeah.
The Manhattan Mercury.
Damn, you read my mind. Okay, so we're going to go through the Manhattan Mercury newspaper, even the Kansas City newspaper, see what's going on locally, non-confrontational, of course. We're going to also get all your manufacturers. Spit all your manufacturers that you work with.
As for
the whole group.
Ford, Lincoln, Mazda, Hyundai, then also Junction City is Kia.
So we have a lot of franchises that we could pull from. So just on our own, on a daily basis, we could put safe information and we could put fun information, etc. But we need customized content. You know what's really good also for social media? Posting positive stories, positive reviews, just saying that you guys are awesome. Yeah, I mean, so integrating your social media and your reputation management together, that's going to be really powerful. Make sense? Now, one thing I want to just close out this whole thing right here about reputation is that what Amanda started to say is that one of the things that is really important is coming up with your own process. Billy, what we do is a little bit differently. We actually advise the dealers to have about 4 different questions, and then their lawyer, because it has to be by state, we're now in New Jersey, so I don't want to give you legal advice. But the 3 questions should be, or the 4 questions should be, question 1, how would you rate our dealership, or how would you rate the experience at our dealership, 1 of 5, 5 being the best? Second question is, what did you like best about this experience? Third question would be, would you recommend us to anybody and everybody? And actually, it's 3 questions is enough, and then there would be a disclaimer that they either the initial and they sign, and it'll say point blank, by signing this, you give us permission to post this anywhere and everywhere on the internet. Done. Now what that's doing is this. What we do at Dealer Synergies, once we get that, we, like the company that you mentioned, syndicate all that stuff to multiple directories and reputation sites, etc. So we don't post random reviews, we don't post fake reviews, but we need, for us to turn around and put the syndication in effect, we need you to give us reviews in print form, in scan form, in email form, in video form, etc. And as long as we've got an authorized release from those prospects or clients of yours, then you could, see tremendous results. The other thing I would suggest is this, and Bill, is something for you. Are you doing employee reviews yet? This is sick. Hell yeah, think about it. If you've got, how many employees do you have working at Peruzzi Toyota?
About 90.
90? Okay, think about this. You can't load them up with this idea and then you're just saturating Google and all that stuff, but why don't you get your employees to turn around and write about, their experience working there? Happy employees is happy customers, happy, environment. Would you agree with that? So think about this. And there's a company, like Indeed.com. Everybody's heard about Indeed.com, right? So you could actually put, if you want to hire people, you could have some of your employees, from salespeople, managers, go on Indeed.com and post reviews about how they like working for your organization. You want to get reviews from different perspectives, not just the client's perspective. You got to turn around and use the person. Why do you love Peruzzi Toyota? I would go to Google myself. I'm Bill Finicaro. I'm the president, and I love working here and being part of the organization because I've got the best team. I've got this. I've got that, etc. Let's just say that Karen was a salesperson. I love working at Peruzzi because boom, boom, boom. As a matter of fact, I bought a car here. How many of your employees actually bought cars? Some of them, right?
Oh, a lot of them.
There you go. Sure. So there, you know what I mean? I get a great deal. I get great service. I get this. I get that. And that's why I take my car. I'm a car guy. I'm a car girl. I could go anywhere to buy a car. But I go to Peruzzi. There's a reason. Make sense? Yeah. So that's also extra content. You guys got to also realize something. You have to sell social media to your employees first. Get them to evangelize you and recommend you before you could worry about all the other salespeople.